Hello everyone. I want to talk a little bit about these Bonoss spacers and bolts that I've picked up. These are actually going to be for my 2022 BMW M3, and this is for my winter setup. I've gone with a square setup rather than the staggered that comes stock. For winter I wanted something just easier to work with and just something with a unique look. From the staggered list, there's really not much to choose from. I ended up going with Bonoss because when I was actually installing my wheels, I couldn't find the exact length bolts, and I actually found them from Bonoss, and I really like the quality. I can actually show you, I've actually gotten additional bolts for this that are a perfect fit for what we're trying to do. And I really like the quality of them. I liked how they're relatively narrow, so I can get them in with the tight bolt wheels that I have. And I actually do like this floating sort of washer design, so this really will help them not loosen and keep that tightness. Now, the one thing that I really appreciated when I ordered these was actually someone from the company contacted me to make sure that I've got the right length for the right car and with the right sort of build, whether this was a V shape like this or a concave setup. And that's actually what made me decide to pick spacers from them as well. Now, what I'll show you just before I get into the spacers is I did get spacers from the wheel manufacturer. You can kind of see them installed, but I really didn't like these. They're just chunky, heavy, and really kind of bold. And with the weight combined, they actually make the wheels heavier than the stock wheels. So I wanted something lightweight, and you can kind of see these are relatively drilled out. But one of the things you can see in the video is just the quality. Like, these are really durable. I researched a bit. I hadn't worked with Bonoss or Blocksport, what they were formerly known with before. And what I found is, they are made of really lightweight, highly durable aluminum. I think they call it aluminum 6061. And they have a really high tensile strength. And that tensile strength figure was something I could look at across different manufacturers. And I could actually see that, hey, these are actually quite much higher than some of the other ones. They are also hub-centric, so that was important for me. But I also did like that they have these ridges that'll help you sort of get them off in case they get seized up there or something happens. You can actually get them off. To be honest with these, I actually feel confident that I don't have to put any anti-seize or anything on here. With the ones that I installed in the back, those are just flat up against it. I actually had to make sure I put anti-seize for the winter. These are ISO certified. One of the things when you kind of look online is you don't know what the quality is going to be when it comes. And, I don't know if you can hear it as I'm kind of moving it. These really are durable. Now, off camera, I've had a chance to kind of bang these around just to see if they'll deform or anything. And they're actually really solid, but also extremely lightweight. They're not as thick as the back ones, but I can tell you that even if I had the back ones in the same thickness, they wouldn't be as lightweight as this. And the same thing goes for the bolts. I actually really, you can ignore the red color here because that'll get buried in there. But just the quality of these and the fact that they're actually installed in my rear wheels already. But the fact that when you tighten them and loosen them, I've done the back wheels a few times as I've been testing different wheels. You can see they're not worn out. They actually are maintaining their edges, maintaining their quality. So that's one of the things. So I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. And so I'm going to try and get it installed and see if I can push these wheels out a little bit. Hopefully I won't have this really sunken wheel look with this square setup, and with this, that'll help me out. So maybe here in a better light, I'll just show you. The wheels are about 28 millimeters from the center here. I didn't really want anything too aggressive, and I was also worried because here it actually kind of bumps out. So I'm worried if I push the wheels and start turning it, it'll rub. I've read on forums and everywhere that 12 millimeters should be all right for the stock wheels, and since these are narrower, it should actually be perfect. So I'll give it a shot and we'll see how it fits. All right, here we are. The wheel is off. So let's take a look, see how this fits. Oh, it's perfect. All right, our holes are lining up. There's a good enough gap there. It's tight against the back. That's good. There we go. It fits good. All right, I'm gonna mount the wheel and see how that sits. Let's do it. Ignore the brake dust on the wheel. That's just BMW stuff. Let's see how this goes. There we go. I just popped the wheel on, and it's actually not bolted, but it's holding the weight. The center hub is holding the weight of the wheel. Everything is nice and tight in the background. That's good. Now we'll line everything up and see how it fits. Before we go into putting the bolts in, I want to show you this. This is what I liked about Bonoss products, is I could get the exact length that I was looking for. So here's the bolts that came with the rims. They're the exact length, just a little bit thinner than the stock bolts that come with the car. But what I liked here is, you know, because I got the 12mm spacers, these are literally just 12 millimeters longer. So it's going to be the same amount of thread actually biting into the wheel as the stocks. All right, we've got it installed. We've got the bolts in, torqued properly, and you can see the spacer is right there. I actually quite like the look of it. It definitely looks like there's something there. I'm just testing now to see if there's any rubbing during compression or anything. There's plenty of space here. I can get my hand in so it won't hit this part of the car. So definitely that 12. All right, now we've got it the other way around. Lots of space on that side. I can still get my hand in here. Plenty of space here, so good fit. Let's get the other one installed, and then we'll do a quick look at the fitment. All right, so here we are on the other wheel. I'm just getting it lined up and set up. What I wanted to show you is this is super tight. Like it's all the way to the end, and it's not traveling. And that's what I was really hoping, is to get this right. Now, yeah, it is a 66.5, which is what the hub is. That's all good. But I was always worried about a little bit of travel, and this is perfectly tight, which I like. Awesome. We'll get the final wheel on, and then we'll take a look at what the stance looks like. All right, and there we have it. That's with the new spacers. That's the better fit. And what I can tell right away is we can see those vents right there. So that's what I really like. Even if I step away, it's much better. And it's not too aggressive. The wheel is still behind the fender, which is fine. Plenty of space. I could have gone more aggressive, but this is perfect. This is actually what I wanted. It looks clean, it looks stock, and about the same as the rears now. So that's great. So you can do a square setup on the M3. Just need a little bit of spacers to get it right. Looks great.